This is Damian Andrew of DAF Media. For those of you who are awaiting this live stream of the high school field hockey game between Darien and Staples, they are waiting on an official. So it has not started yet, so bear with us. We'll get things rolling here shortly, but they are waiting on an official to come to this game and officiate this Darien Staples field hockey game here from Ginny Parker Field in Westport.
It's a great shot on goal. It could be there. There it is. Wow. There it is.
Great shot.
Enjoys the snap. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Unloads it. Caught at the 15 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Darien.
Bay checks out.
Saved by Escamilla.
And a great look, great effort by Lindsay Bennett.
Trying to get an aerial there. There it is. Yes.
The Darien Athletic Foundation is proud to present high school field hockey live from Ginny Parker Field on the beautiful campus of Staples High School. It's the Darien Blue Wave versus the Staples Wreckers. Hi, I'm Damian Andrew. Thanks for being with us on this DAF Media live stream. Joining me this afternoon is Darien Varsity Girls lacrosse coach Lisa Lindley, who of course played field hockey in college, and Kari Johns, the Darien JV field hockey coach, will be joining us a little later on the broadcast. But Coach, this is a big one for both of these teams, a win for Staples, and they guarantee themselves a home playoff game in the first round of FCIAC. It's a little bit more cloudy for Darien. They're tied. They're in a three-way tie for first place with Greenwich and Norwalk, and they need to win this game this afternoon.
Well, I guess the good news is that these teams are all going to see each other in the playoffs, right, in the FCIACs. So, yes, you want to win this game, but I think both teams should come into the game, not put a lot of pressure on themselves, because I think the top four teams will see each other again, obviously, in the FCIAC playoffs.
Yeah, it's really just kind of jockeying for positioning in the FCIAC playoffs. Both of these teams going to the state tournament as well. Ian Tapsell, the third-year head coach of the Wreckers, has done a really nice job of building this program. Of course, this is a rematch, Coach Lindley, of last year's Class L state finals that ended in a 0-0 draw after two overtimes. They shared the Class L state championship. Well, I know you're a big fan of that, by the way.
No. I think that's motivation in itself, too, like with these two teams, because I would think they would both want to prove a point here.
And we are just about to get started here this afternoon from Ginny Parker Field. Darien coming in 12-1-1, Staples 9-2-0-1. They had an overtime loss, so that's where that 1 at the end of their record comes into play.
Ooh, it's good block.
Stick down. Kiki Tropsa on the near side of the field.
It's a nice interception by Christine Taylor.
Darien operating in the Staples half of the field right now on the attack, looking to generate some offense. Interception by the Wreckers. Far side of the field, and it's out of bounds to Staples. This has become a rivalry in the FCIAC, Coach Lindley, the last few years. As we mentioned at the outset, they both met in the state finals last year.
Well, both teams have high level of skill, so I think the level of play is going to be obviously higher, and as an athlete, you want to play against the better athletes, better teams.
Absolutely, and as you mentioned, both of these teams have high postseason aspirations. They'll be in the postseason, both in the FCIAC tournament and the state tournament. It's just a matter of their seeding going into the FCIAC tournament.
There's a little miscommunication there.
Alexis Bernard on the far side of the field. The interception by Bridget Mahoney. Some talented midfielders on this Darien team.
good ball up the
Into the
center.
circle.
Yep, going out.
As always, Darien trying to work those sidelines, get it up the right sideline. There's Madeline Ambrose, just a freshman for the Wreckers. Kiki Tropsa. Number of young players, Coach Lindley, on the Staples team. Talking to Coach Tapsell before this one. Keep an eye out for number 25, Madeline Ambrose, just a 9th grader. Plays the midfield for them. So we're about 5 minutes into this one between Staples and Darien. No score. Darien in the black with the blue socks, moving from right to left. Staples in the white, moving from left to right. Two of the top teams in the FCIAC facing each other this afternoon. There's Lindsay Wallach on the far side of the field to Sally Cassidy. Bridget Mahoney at midfield. There's Katie Elders.
Ooh.
The one thing about Katie Elders, she has some wheels.
Yes, she
can
does.
Move. This is a very athletic, speedy Darien team. At one point in the season, the #1 ranked field hockey team in the state of Connecticut into the circle.
It's coming out. It's Ellie Fair taking the free hit. A nice ball.
Ellie Fair, another one of the really good underclassmen on this Wreckers team, only a sophomore.
I think she's a junior.
Is she a junior?
Yeah, she's a junior, but she's a junior captain. Yeah, she's a great athlete. She plays lacrosse as well. A lot of these athletes on the field hockey team are also lacrosse players.
You see so much of that, the dual sport athlete, some even 3-sport athletes, but a lot of field hockey players play lacrosse in the spring. So your early impressions as Darien has itself a corner opportunity here with 23:43 left in the first half.
I think Darien is possessing the ball, you know, obviously much more than Staples. I think it'd be interesting to see what they do here, but I think they have good spacing.
Kiki Tropsa, the inserter. And that's a nice tackle there by Fair of Staples. In case you're all wondering why we came up so late this afternoon on this live stream, one of the officials, there are 2 officials out on the field, one of them got stuck in traffic, and that's something not uncommon in southwestern Connecticut when you're dealing with 95 in the Merritt.
95 was a parking lot at 3.
There's Bridget Mahoney into the circle. Kendall Wazinski. So as you mentioned, Darien really attacking the Staples half of the field here early in this game. Coach Lindley, it is a beautiful fall afternoon here in Westport. Ginny Parker Field on the Staples High School campus. fair across the field.
Oh. Took her eye off it.
And a miscue there from the Wreckers.
It's a nice aerial. Nice cross to Morrill.
And here's Elders after the interception. And Staples takes it right back. Bridget Mahoney on the far side of the field, trying to get it upfield. Here's Kiki Tropsa fighting for the ball.
Go, Alexa! Slow down! Go to goal! Come on, Christine, get it up! Come on! Get involved!
Christine Taylor taking the free hit.
Christine Taylor, the senior midfielder for the Wreckers.
That's a good ball in the circle, but well defended.
And that is out of bounds. Off of Staples. We talked about this the last game against Norwalk, which Darien lost. The Blue Wave switched fields so quickly.
Yeah. They're moving the ball well here, too.
And we have a timeout, Darien. 1948 left in the first half between Darien and Staples. The Blue Wave have pretty much dominated the action in the early going here, playing mostly in Staples' half of the field.
I don't think Staples has had a shot on goal yet.
Staples has not had a shot on goal yet.
I think Darien's speed is definitely more than what Staples is showing right now.
The last time you and I were together, we did the Darien-Norwalk game at Testa Field in Norwalk. Big win for the Bears, and they are in that three-way tie with Darien and Greenwich for first place in the FCIAC. But since that loss, losses, as you well know, can sometimes be motivation.
Yes.
Darien has played well, beating Wilton, a big-time rival. That's always an interesting and entertaining matchup. They beat them 3-2, and then after that, they beat Ridgefield 4-1. So certainly a motivating loss.
I think also what they see Norwalk in postseason, they're winning that game. I think it was. I don't think the outcome was indicative of how the game was dominated by Darien.
Right. So we're about ready to resume here in the first half. Bridget Mahoney, the restart. We're under 20 minutes left in the first half here as the sun is starting to set here in Westport.
Oh, here comes a fast break opportunity. Staples has numbers here. Oh.
Carrie Blatney was right place, right time.
Abby Nigerian with the ball, sends it up. And couldn't handle a pass.
Rolls across the end line, so Darien takes over. Here's Lindsay Wallach.
As Megan Johnson with the ball, she's tremendous athlete. That's
Here's
a nice pass.
Nice pass.
Yep.
Kiki Tropsa down the near sideline.
Oh, she just lost control. That was a nice, almost nice play there.
Loses control, rolls out of bounds. Nice pass.
That's well
There's-
defended by Staples.
There's Bridget Mahoney. Bridget Mahoney here on the restart. Back pass to Sally Cassidy. She tries to get it back to Mahoney. Intercepted by Christine Taylor. And we've called Christine Taylor's name a couple of times this afternoon already, the senior midfielder.
Oh my
into
God!
the circle, and a great play. That is a goal.
It's a very
for
nice center
Staples.
pass.
Number 19, Megan Johnson, with the goal for the Wreckers.
It just beat the defender on the right side. It was a nice centering pass and one-time goal.
So Darien is going to talk things over, Coach Lindley.
Yeah, unfortunately in field hockey, you can dominate play and then have a breakdown like that, and you know it equates into a goal very quickly.
So Staples goes up 1-0 here at the 17:39 mark of the first half. If you're Darien, not the way you're looking to start this one, but that was a beautiful centering pass, and Megan Johnson puts it in the back of the cage.
Yeah, that was very nice pass, as you said, and very nice goal, shot on goal. It's going to be important that Darien doesn't get down on themselves at this point in time, because they really had been dominating the play up until this point, and then Staples made a good move.
Shift so quickly. Bang, bang, goal. So Staples takes the lead. They jump out to the early lead, up 1-0 on Darien.
That's a dangerous ball across the mouth of the goal.
Now, Coach Lindley, after that goal, if you're Coach Minikis, do you change any kind of an approach?
I don't think so. I think Darien, they just need to continue to be aggressive and with their game plan, get some shots on goal. I think things will open up for them. I don't think they, at this point in time, they need to panic. There's plenty of time. That's a nice ball to Johnson again.
Wreckers attacking again here in the Darien half of the field. So it's 1-0 Staples. We are live, DAF Media, here at Ginny Parker Field in Westport on the campus of Staples High School. Here's Kiki Tropsa.
Yeah.
And that rolls out of bounds. So Staples takes over. Ellie Fair. Back pass.
Darien's defending this pretty well here.
Bridget Malloy is Staples' keeper. She is just a sophomore. We told you at the outset, Coach Tapsell very impressed with some of his underclassmen.
That was a nice ball there. Nice hit by Ellie Fair up the field. Abby Nigerian running it down. Gets it. Nice pass. They're going to get a corner here.
And they're going to get a corner opportunity.
That was all started by Ellie Fair, though. She hit a 65-yard drive.
Great drive by the defender Fair.
Yep.
And Nigerian showing off those wheels.
It's a good play by Abby.
And Darien defends that well. As we've mentioned on these broadcasts before, set piece is such a big part of this game.
That should be Darien ball. That was off her leg.
Here's Kiki Tropsa. Sally Cassidy midfield gets it to Bridget Mahoney at the S midfield. Katie Elders far sideline rolls out of bounds. Just couldn't get to it. Damian Andrew joined by Lisa Lindley this afternoon from Ginny Parker Field here. Carrie Blatney over to Sally Cassidy. And the third member of our broadcast team has just arrived after she jumped, Coach Lindley said.
Absolutely was. I heard you talk about it's such a low-scoring game that one opportunity is all it takes. It only takes one time. But I think we've been pressing pretty well offensively. We can just get something generated inside the circle. And Wilton used to be the two guiding forces, but now it's anybody's game. It's just such a great thing to
about is no.
It's a nice poke.
And a nice poke
by
Shea Vandenbroek.
All right, now this is going to be essential that there does not become a two-game lead before the half goes over, so we'll have to defend this properly.
7 minutes left in the first half. 1-0 Staples into the circle.
Nice stick. That's for Hannah Regal.
And well defended by Hannah Regal, who's the tennis star in the spring.
Well, that just made sense with that ball she batted up
yes.
and was able to get back down with her stick. It's good interference by Molly Hellman, but not enough to get possession.
Molly Hellman, we've mentioned her a lot this season, having a great sophomore season on the varsity. Athletic, quick.
You know, she's so speedy. There's not much she can't do, and she's fearless, which is what you look for. I'm not really sure what that was. It must have hit a foot.
That was a football. Yeah. Went into her foot.
There's Christine Taylor into the circle.
No, that should be. That didn't seem like she went 5 yards, and there definitely is a foot. We have a slight obstruction here, huh? Which means we need to keep the ball down at this end. All right, so here's Katie.
Katie Elders on the far side of the field.
She's got such great power. With just that simple push pass, she went pretty strong. Let's see if Emily can come away with the ball here. Yeah, and she does, because that's a foot. She should, yeah.
Nice defensive effort there by Emily Schwartzman, the junior.
Yeah, she held the ball just for a second to see if she would come away with enough advantage, but since that defender is right there, we get a free hit now. So imagine this ball might go to Shea in the center.
Carrie
Sure.
Blatney, the free hit for Darien.
There we go. You just got to keep that on her stick. She just dribbled that a little bit too far off her stick.
Since that goal, the Staples defense has definitely stepped up here in the first half.
You know what I'm noticing with Staples is that their ball control is just a little bit sharper when they do have possession, although maintain possession, I think, more of the turns on their very short time of possession.
So we're under 5 minutes left here in the first half between Darien and Staples. 1-0 Wreckers in front.
It's a great pass out. See if we see that. So that ball just came right off her stick, so the defender was able to get possession straight away. So we just have to have better ball control, I think. It's a great step up by Sally Cassidy. Great ball.
That's aggressive play.
Yeah, she got a great obstruction call by drawing that. Yeah. So that's Sherry calling the red carpet. If you're behind the 25, you can take that ball directly into the circle. Inside the 25, you got to carry 5 yards. That was her cue to say, smack that ball right in just like that so we can get some circle entry.
And we get a 2-on-1.
Yeah, Tala's pretty fast. Let's see if she can recover inside, but I don't see anybody who's on the stick side of that. That's great defense. It was a great defensive ball to get their feet around and get in proper position to be able to defend that ball and not create a foul. So Staples is going to have a ball just on the sideline. They're obviously going to try to gain circle entry after they carry the ball 5 yards, and that's denied by Emily Schwartzman, who still has possession. Oh, unfortunate. Oh, good, that went our way. That was a stick obstruction. So, oh, it did not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it did. So that was.
Yeah, initially she did call it this way.
All right, so Staples is going to try to change the point of attack with only 3 minutes remaining, and I think with a 1-0. Oh, it's a pretty nice stick obstruction. And there comes Emily Schwartzman again with a great defensive tackle. Trying to get circle entry. Hannah Regal stopping this ball coming in, and Bridget Mahoney making a move, passing backwards with a 1-0 lead. And Darien just trying to get on the board. Right, Staples on the sideline with the hit coming in, and first denied, but then hit a foot. I'm surprised we're coming away with that. Yeah. It's about 45 seconds again for circle entry, which is, if we can get this hit on or somebody can get a touch. There's Kiki Tropsa again, but not quite soft enough hands to get this ball, so we'll be defending again. And I imagine they take a little bit of time here off the clock taking this free hit. It's a great stop by Bridget Mahoney. She finds Shay Vanderbrook and
nice.
Inside to Molly. Yeah.
Pass by Shay up the middle.
So 10 seconds left in this first half as time is winding down.
Trying to get
We'll be back.
Tell her she can't do it. All right, we're returning back for the second half of this Darien Staples game, which we've discussed is a very crucial game. Staples is up 1-0 with one of the very few possessions they had inside the circle. We're able to convert to a goal, which is all it takes. So let's see how both of these teams come back and how Darien answers back to that.
And we are just about ready to get started here with this second half between Darien and Staples. Damian Andrew, Kari Johns, Lisa Lindley on the call.
There's Hannah Riegel in the back. Now, the benefit we were just discussing is that the Staples goalie is now looking into the sun, as is their entire defense. So, as you can see, she's shielding right now. So, if we can get this ball down, which I think is what we ran into trouble. Yep, it's a great ball by Bridget Mahoney. All right. Okay. As soon as you touch it, that ball becomes live, so the defender was able to play it. See if Molly can get a stick on this.
That's a nice ball.
It's a great ball to Molly. Now, if we can just... Molly just needed to make a touch on that ball just a little bit sooner.
Ellie Fair, an impressive defender to say the least for the Wreckers.
Yeah, they've got some great players who really, Ian is, with his experience, play experience, coaching experience, has really done a great job with this program in the past 2 years, which, as you discussed, brought them a FCIAC title last year and a co-championship state title. Now that, if we can convert, yep, that found a foot.
Oh,
it should be a corner, but unfortunately,
the ball went in her face.
I think it came up into her.
So an injury timeout here in this game between Staples and Darien. Kari, if you know Mo very well, what do you think she said to her players at the half?
Get your stuff together, get out there, and play some field hockey.
Did she say it just like that?
I think I'm a little bit looser terms, but this is not, this team that we're seeing right now is for me not the team that played against Greenwich and not the team that played. They're a little tentative, and I don't know. We're just not connecting exactly how they normally do, and I think the defense is not as strong. Everyone has a bad day, but I think there's a few having a bad day at the same time right now. So we've got to pick that up.
That's never a good combination.
No.
You were talking about Coach Ian Tapsell, the Staples head coach's third season.
Yes.
Staples has always, over the last 10, 11 years, has always had a decent program.
Yes.
He has certainly taken it to the next level.
Yes.
Has quite a background, as you can enlighten us with. But Staples, prior to last year, had only played in one other state championship game, and that was back in 1974.
In their history. So as you could imagine, it was a very emotional state championship. And we're having a corner here, so let's see what happens here, but I can give you a great positive story on that whole spin. So we have an insert, Hannah Riegel with the reception, and she's passing over to Tana Lewis, and that's always the subjective to the umpire because it is a shot on goal, so it can be lifted, but if there's a defender in the immediate. So for the FCIAC win, Staples unfortunately had a penalty stroke called against them. Well, actually, sorry, it wasn't a win. Called against them, and it was a subjective call again by the umpire. So then in the state championship game, there was another penalty stroke called against them, which was awarded to us. And so Coach Ian was just frantic with how are his girls going to respond to another penalty stroke being called. And it turned out not to be a goal for us. Now there is great work by Kendall Wazinski, a 3D ball, which is, I think, another thing that Mo may have said. Use your 3D skills. Use your skills to get this ball, circle entry, and see if you can get a corner. You get a corner, see what can happen. And that probably should have been a corner right there.
I want to apologize to our viewers watching this live stream. We had some technical issues in the first half, not for much of the first half, but we apologize for them. We're on a Wi-Fi connection. Sometimes that gets a little spotty at a remote field like this. But we are live now.
Katie was trying to get that ball inside the circle, and she wasn't able to. And Tala Garcia is going to back her up right here, which is what a team's about. Somebody's having a bad day, somebody else picks you up. So hopefully we can recover as a team from Darien, and you can all pick each other up. Here's Tala Garcia with a ball coming in on the sideline as soon as she can get one. She's got a few options. Now she's outside the 25, so she can essentially crack that ball right inside the circle if she'd like to, but Katie Elders was able to receive that and send a good ball in. Stopped again by a Rutgers.
Oh, they called the corner.
Yeah, so that was a flagrant foul outside the circle. And so with any flagrant foul in the field, there's several options. A player could get a yellow card, red card, or inside the 25, this would be the first warning.
So a corner opportunity here for the Blue Wave. Kiki Tropsa, the inserter.
I imagine we're going to try to take advantage of the goalkeeper looking into the sun here. It's a direct hit from Bridget Mahoney.
That was a nice defensive play by Megan Johnson. She took that off the knee.
Yeah.
Megan Johnson, of course, had that first half goal for Staples to put them up 1-0. And we've got a timeout here at the 26-10 mark of the second half. So early on here in the second half, Darien's offense starting to push the action a little bit.
Pressing again, but we saw this the first half. It's got to convert to a goal. Possession time has got to convert to a goal ultimately.
And I don't know about if you agree with this, but I think they just need to get the ball on net more. They have to
100%.
shoot more.
Yep. If we can just get that ball in, very few percentage of direct shots in field hockey are scored. It's the garbage after.
Right.
It's the rebound. It's throwing it back in.
Yeah, deflection.
Yeah, so if we can get a shot on goal and somebody can just be there to frame the pads and just get that back in. And Bridget is their goalkeeper, Bridget Malloy, I believe, last name, correct?
Yes,
Right?
it is Bridget Malloy,
And
sophomore keeper.
Then I have the wrong one because Bridget would be going away to...
Or maybe she's a junior.
She's definitely a senior, and she's actually going off to college next year, so that's a little error there.
That's Coach Tapsell telling me that before the game.
He wanted you to think
He got confused.
She didn't have the experience in there. She is going off to, I believe, Cornell University next year, if I'm not mistaken.
Playing field hockey?
Playing field hockey as goalkeeper.
Nice.
Getting back to my little history lesson, we were talking about the last time prior to last season that Staples field hockey had played for a state title was back in 1974 in the Class L state finals. They lost to Simsbury 1-0. So
my alma mater.
Your alma mater, right?
Yeah.
Long gap between state championship appearances, but Coach Tapsell, as we said, has done a terrific job with this program.
Staples in the 80s was very strong too. They may not have made it to the finals, but they were very dominant in the 80s in field hockey.
Yeah, it's kind of who. I think this year and last year, just starting the year before, it's whoever showed up and had a good day. That's what we say in sports. Any given day, any opponent can take the field, and the result can be any way.
That's why it's so important to just get into the postseason, because anything can happen.
Another ball. This is dangerous. 2-on-1.
I think Tala did a great stick-to-stick defense right there, so she was able to come in.
I like her. She's quick
little,
kid.
small to the ground. Yeah, she's a sophomore. Tala's a sophomore and was so excited to make varsity this year, and she's contributing in a big way right now in a very big game.
Nice tackle by Kendall.
Great defensive. Now that should be Darien ball, because not only was it lifted up into their player, but it hit her in the back. But we'll go with what's happening here. And Bridget Mahoney's again going to have possession, and she has great stick skills. Bridget Mahoney is just so speedy. Tana Regal coming up the ball. And, changing the point of attack is, I think, crucial at this point. Sally Cassidy, see if she can keep this ball inbounds. Unlucky. It's a great aerial ball that I think Hannah should so she'll let that go out, and we'll get a 16-yard hit coming out for Darien. First time Staples has been in the offensive end for this second half. Now what we talked about, if you can see right now, is that because Staples is ahead, they're going to just keep the ball in their, not press us here. They have no reason to. They're ahead 1-0. And I think they know that if we get ball possession, we're dangerous. So they're going to try to pack it in this defensive end. and make it very hard for Darien to score.
Kari, you brought up a really good point a few minutes ago. The sun now directly in the eyes of Staples keeper Bridget Malloy. So we'll see how that plays out here as the second half wears on, because that sun is starting to set.
Yeah.
One half of the field, as you can see on our live stream, is shaded. The other half still in the sun.
Yeah, I think it's important to use what you can to your advantage. Just what you said, Lisa, getting that ball inside.
It was a good shot on goal. Too bad no one tipped it.
Yeah, Molly was right there, and I think if she had probably gotten a piece of that entire side of the goal cage was open. That could have been a great opportunity.
Shot on goal by Shea Vandenbroek.
So they're just calling a timeout because they ball rolled under the fence. All right, so Rutgers are going to have a ball coming out here, and they still don't really have anyone stretching the field, hanging down. They're still kind of packing this in defensively. I think their goal is to make sure we can attack. So just a little confusion with where the ball girls are because it's causing a little bit of a delay game. All right, so
There comes the ball girl with the ball.
Are the balls behind that cage? We set with balls in both cages.
And
That's
we're
a-
about to get going here.
it's Ava, one of their JV players, plays club for us now. So, all right. So Darien ready to defend this. I think if we can keep this ball and counterattack. Yep.
So we are back underway here from Ginny Parker Field. 1-0 Staples up almost midway through the second half.
That's something we didn't see from Katie Elders. There's some great, better ball control. Unfortunately, she went into the front stick, but much better control this second half, which is something we talked about during halftime. That looked like a flagrant foul again.
Oh, no. Hope she's not hurt here.
Yeah, that would not be good with Katie's speed and athleticism. She's definitely needed for the Darien team. She fell on her shoulder. Looks like, I don't like the way she's holding that shoulder.
So Katie Elders will walk off the field on her own power.
So who do you put in for her?
I got to see who's over here sitting. We haven't. Did Shay just
Sydney.
come in? Oh,
Yeah.
Sydney. Yep, Sydney. Now, Katie's playing a midfielder position, so Sydney generally plays attack, but she played midfield her first 2 years, so I think she can adapt really easily to this. And we still have Kendall and Molly in attack and Kiki over on the left side. It's a great ball off the left foot of the defender, and Kendall did great taking that ball straight away, and if she can just get this ball, that was a great ball again. She got advantage, so there was no whistle on that. There we go. So Tala's going to step up here, Tala Garcia, and couldn't control that ball, so it's going to be Rutgers' ball coming in on the sideline. There's 22 minutes left in this second half, still plenty of time, but 8 minutes winding down.
Tala Garcia has stepped up, as you said, in a big game.
She has, funny story about her, she's a little peanut. She would never bring a hair tie to practice, and so her goggles would always be covering hair in her face, and she would come in and we'd say, Tala, you have a hair tie? Can you put that hair back? So she told me when we told her you made varsity, she said, Kari, remember? I said, yes, Tala, I remember. She's come a really long way.
Number 6 for Darien. Carrie Blatney back into the game.
Yeah, so she came in for
Sydney Schrenker,
who came in for Katie. So it looks like Carrie's playing right midfield. Carrie's a really adaptable utility player as well.
That's a good ball.
That's a great ball. Now if somebody can just get there. Right,
Staples far sideline.
That's a nice ball by Abby Nigerian.
yes.
Number 9 tracking down, but Talia comes up big.
Yeah, she does. You hear Coach Ian saying, let's break, let's break. He was trying to break through because there was no defender back there. So if they could have gotten a big ball. All right, so they just got to carry this ball 5 yards and sending a great ball in.
Oh, wow. Megan Johnson again.
Megan Johnson again. Good call, Coach Lindley.
Good stick.
That was just a perfectly placed ball on her stick, and she was right in the right spot and just got the ball past Erica Blaze. And again, possession time not converting to the scoreboard, but Staples just did a great job bringing that ball down quickly, sending the ball across, and finding a stick on it. Yeah, you hear Coach Topsell saying keep your shape, so I would imagine them not venturing off and just, that's a... Just composure. I think this team definitely has what it takes, but they just need to have composure, maintain composure, and see if they can get it. Staples is playing very hard and strong, and I would imagine their defense will do a very good job of not allowing anything. Tala Garcia once again sending a great ball over to the left, and Bridget Mahoney stepping up, sending that ball to Shea Vanderbook. Yep. Yeah, that should. you hear the Darien coaches calling for a corner, which it should have been. That was pretty bad stick foul. That was a great move on Kendall Wazinski. See if we can get something here. So it's a long hit off the defensive stick. It's going to come out to the 25-yard line, equal to where it would come on, and calling these ball girls again who are on the field, but don't exactly know where to place the ball. So Bridget Mahoney taking the ball. She just needs to carry this ball 5 yards, and she can enter into the circle. She sends it back to Shea Vanderbroek, who's going to take it right in. Yep.
Kari, now that it's a 2-goal advantage, if you're Mo Minikis, what do you do in this situation? We're in the second half of the second half, midway through the second half, down 2 goals.
Well, at this point, you got nothing to lose. So offensive, attack would be, I would imagine, what you would say.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really not much to it here. I mean, 3 goals, 2 goals, you just have to attack and see what happens here. It's a great step up by Hannah Riegel. And if Emily Schwartzman, poor Emily gets called Laura all the time from her older sister. She's used to it by now.
Similar to the Norwalk game, Darien has dominated much of this game.
Yes.
They just don't have anything to show for it on the scoreboard.
Yeah, the Norwalk game I think was a little bit more unfortunate. I had an opportunity to watch because Mo called me after just saying, what do you think about this? And I did see a flagrant foul where we should have been awarded a penalty stroke. We're pretty good on those conversions, almost 100%. So I think had we, and then I saw where they awarded a penalty stroke, and it was unwarranted in my viewpoint from breaking the film down. Now that being said, the official has such a short amount of time to make the call. If you actually look at the film, the goalkeeper was able to get behind the defender, which means when it hit the defender's body, it should be a penalty corner, not a stroke. It would have been a stroke. It would have hit the defender's body behind the goalkeeper.
And Coach Lindley, you questioned that call during the broadcast of that game.
Yeah, so you were on. It should not have been a penalty stroke, in my opinion. But, it's very hard for the umpires to break it down. Now, Darien have an offensive opportunity, circle entry, that hit a foot there, but let's see if we can get, all right, so they got to just pull that ball back to the hashes. It can't be taken at high school at that spot. So that's 5 yards, and if she just dribbles right in. Now, that defender is not 5 yards because she's out of the circle, so if she goes right into her,
that's
could
a
be
good move by Kiki.
Great move. Unlucky. Kiki tried some 3D skills to get this ball in the circle, and it was a great move, but again, not able to convert. So Kendall Wazinski just getting eliminated, and there is support there. But
that's a nice ball by Alexa Morrow up to Johnson.
Great ball.
Beats a player. Nice centering. There's no high sticks anymore.
So
I don't get that.
So there are high sticks. So if
that was a baseball hit.
Had there not been anyone in that area, that would have been a fine play. had there not been anyone in that area.
That was a base hit
I mean,
by
that
Emily
was
Schwartzman.
Yeah.
blatant.
Yeah, so if she had batted it downward
Right.
and controlled it, that would have been fine, but she hit it outward.
But I also seen players like this.
Oh,
Like
sure.
you can take your stick above your shoulders
Oh, yeah.
now.
My best goal ever was a baseball swing right into the goalkeeper off an aerial ball coming in.
Wow.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
And having said all that, a corner opportunity here for Staples.
Yeah, this is the Darien defense has got to get this ball out. Now, they all just went in before she inserted that ball. I'm not sure if the umpire even saw that. That ball should have been coming out long ago. So Darien defense playing strong. Rutgers not able to get a shot off. Bridget Mahoney with possession of the ball, and if she can connect with her teammates, we might have a fast break opportunity here. Looks like
Sydney Schrenker.
Yeah, it looked like her. I
on the
couldn't tell
left
with the
wing.
headband.
Sydney Schrenker on the far side of the field.
Unfortunately, I think that was just a mental sending that ball backwards, which is generally a good idea to open up the field, but we need to push this ball forward. All right, so ball passing back into the defensive end of Rutgers, and they're able to.
Oh, that hurt.
Yeah, it was off the stick of Sydney Schrenker, so. Yeah, it was white ball, and then she just whacked it away and hit one of Darien players, so now it's going to be black ball. Let's see if Bridget Mahoney probably should have been able to get a stick on that one. I don't know, Lisa, Damien, Darien's looking a little tired. I don't know.
I think they're discouraged.
Yeah, it feels like it, you know,
Well, listen, it has been, the way the schedule was made up, it has been a tough portion of the
Second half.
schedule that they've come through.
It really has, and as we discussed, every opponent is really formidable. So there's no one you take for granted in the FCIAC anymore. It's just every game you bring your best. And there's still plenty of time. There's 15 minutes. I mean, 5 goals could go up on this board, but it's just a matter of bringing this together and see if Staples can hold strong. The Rutgers, they're doing fantastic.
Talk a little bit about Coach Tapsell. I mean, he has quite a background, quite a resume in the sport of field hockey.
Yeah, he did. So he played in England, where he's from, and you may or may not be aware, but field hockey is the 3rd most watched sport in the world, because around the world it is.
Okay, let me interrupt you for 1 second. So we got soccer. What's the
Nope,
set?
soccer is not
Soccer
first.
nationally is not.
It's
Cricket.
cricket.
Number
yes.
1.
So cricket, soccer,
Football, field hockey.
Football,
which would
football,
be
yeah.
which would be soccer internationally.
football. Yep, sure.
And field hockey.
Field hockey. Yeah.
And because it's played by men and women, so Ian and I both play on the USA women's and men's respectively masters teams, and so we both have had the opportunity to travel to Holland and play where it's their national sport in 2014, and then in 2016 in Australia, Coach Ian didn't make that one. But you get to see when we went to the World Cup, there were 9 pitches, all AstroTurf, and kids no bigger than 3 years old, just batting a ball around. They didn't have a baseball bat. They didn't have a football. They started at such a young age with field hockey, and the clubhouses are very similar to either a golf club here or a tennis club here. It's very social. So field hockey is played every day by everyone, your uncles, your grandparents, your aunts, everyone. So Ian, Coach Tapsell, had the opportunity to grow up that way. And so he brings with him such a diverse background. Then coming here to America, obviously, the European style is slightly different. For every country has a slightly different style. Americans are known for being very fit, but not as skilled because we don't play from the age of 3. And we play on different surfaces. Europeans generally very skilled.
Yeah, they
not as
play on
skilled.
sand turf, don't they?
We had 3 sand-based pitches, which I can tell you are horrible. I call these little things turf turds that we play on, but the sand is worse in your shoes. It's horrible. But he's, still plays, still active. 7 girls, father of 7 girls.
Whoa.
Wow.
I did not know that.
3.
They played at GA, didn't they?
So his 3 oldest
And I
daughters
thought
did.
3 boys was a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. 3 from his first marriage and then 4 from the second. So a father of 7 girls, and I believe 6 play field hockey.
Whoa.
Yeah. Daughter Olivia Tapsell went to Trinity, and Amelia went to UVA for field hockey. And then the others are younger coming around the rink. So he's surrounded on all sides by field hockey.
So I would imagine the next couple of minutes here coming out of this break is big, to say the
Huge.
least, for Darien.
Yeah.
Darien's got to answer back, not only to let Staples know they're still in this game, but for a mental part, I think, for them. They just need to get something on the board and get something moving.
You are watching
That was good play.
DAF Media live stream. FCIAC
Sally
Field
Cassidy caused that, drew that corner.
She did, and that was outside the circle, so
Yeah.
that was, I think the umpires are noticing probably some more physical play than they would like to see in a game, and they're being very tight on it. This is a great opportunity for Darien to maybe put a goal and see what the Rutgers defense puts up here.
Kiki Tropsa.
It's a little bouncy,
Inserter.
but able to stop that. And wide open for Sally Cassidy. That ball was too high.
Kendall Wazinski had a go at it.
Yep. So that corner hit has got to, unless it's a drag flick, has got to be below the baseboard or the height of the baseboard. And that was not a drag flick. So fortunately a little too high. And Darien now in possession again. See if there's another attack happening here. Darien's starting to move the ball much better now. I think they feel the urgency and actually have never been down 2-0, I don't believe, this season.
We had sent a few minutes ago, you had said, Kari, they looked a little tired, but they certainly have picked it up the last couple of minutes here.
Jim always brings us little treats on the sidelines. I'm wondering if they got their hands on some sugar here.
Darien applying the pressure here. 13:33 left in the game. Staples up 2-0.
It's a great, Staples has got some great hits.
Uh-oh, this is a breakaway for Nigerian.
One-on-one with Erica Blaze. Emily Schwartzman able to make it back there and defend behind Erica Blaze, stopping what would have been another goal for Staples.
A great defensive effort by 21, Emily Schwartzman, the senior, or the junior rather.
So the difference, I think, in this goal scoring is that both of the Rutgers goals were scored on just very quick starts and taking the defense off guard. And that was another, potential. They're giving Darien quite a bit of space. It's great ball control by Kendall Wazinski. She's got such a great stick.
Oh, that's a kick.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
And as we mentioned earlier, a win for the Wreckers gives them a home playoff game in the FCIAC tournament.
Yeah, so
both teams obviously already in, two of the top teams in the conference, but now they're just jockeying for position.
And this could potentially...
wow, another great ball by Ellie Fair.
It's a great hit.
It's right on Abby's stick.
They're so powerful, and Abby was so good at getting that ball, too.
This is dangerous.
So a 2v1.
Oh.
That was
it's broken up by Tala Garcia, who has just had a terrific game for the Blue Wave.
So another difference in this game, we've seen a few, is we're missing Carrie Blatney and Lindsay Wallach are generally the two defenders in the back, and so there's neither one of them are in right now. So this has never been practiced before with this. So
were they pulled because of play, or is she just trying to try different combinations?
As I said, I came a little bit later, and I saw on the. I think it just was the play wasn't up to par for today. And as I said, everybody has a bad day, and I think it's a great ball. And Kiki Tropsa, see if somebody get a stick on it, and that was not a good player by Bridget Hoop.
That is nice.
Darien scores at 10:48 in the second half. The goalkeeper, that ball had come outside. Had she let that ball go in the circle, it would have been Rutgers' ball coming out, but she made a play on the ball.
Yeah.
And as we had said, put the ball in the net, and somebody will be there for the rebound.
That was a mental mistake on the goalkeeper.
It absolutely was.
And that
Right.
was Schrenker, correct?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Number 12 for the Blue Wave with the goal there, Sydney Schrenker. She's had a ton of goals this season, and she cuts the deficit to 2-1.
So Bridget Malloy is now coming out of the game. Coach Tapsell making a goalie sub. That was a crucial mental error.
I don't know about goalie change at this point in time.
I
I mean,
don't think
that
so.
was a mental error, not anything physical.
Yeah. You know, that was such a great goal because Sydney not only got that rebound, but took her time looking at what corner of the goal cage was open.
Yeah.
So she was patient and poised, and now I think this is going to put new fire in for Darien and see what happens. It's going to be a different, I would imagine, a game changer here. So several years ago, we had the same scenario, and they went into overtime. And the JV team was actually not able to play because of light. So we'll see what happens today. It's a great block by Shea Branderbrook, and if she can get this ball up to one of her teammates, it's very smart. She's waiting to connect. And Darien goes on the attack again.
Here's Schrenker again.
Yep, and she's got Lily Trimmer in. Going to see if she can control that ball a little bit. That's a Rutgers foot, but not enough advantage, so the umpire letting that go, and that's going to be a 25-yard hit coming in, a long hit.
And ladies, I don't know if I've seen the Darien bench this excited
They're
all
alive.
season. They know the urgency. They know the importance of this game.
There's so much time. 10 minutes is so much time. Satella's overlapping here on the right side, and I would imagine she'd be a great pass option, or maybe back to Hannah, and then Hannah can just get that ball right in, which... So we see Emily Schwartzman going to come around, and that hit her foot. So it's a good call by the umpire.
Megan Johnson has had a really nice game.
Yeah.
Nice defensive effort there. Has scored both of the goals for the Wreckers.
Yep.
There's Bridget Mahoney getting a few stick obstructions, but not being called. So Hannah's just got to take that. The umpire's signaling to her to take it by the spot of the foul. Oops. That went up and over.
Just a quick shout out to Jack Roberson, who has done a great job on camera for us this afternoon. DAF Media Network.
Oh, here goes Megan with her stick work up the left side.
Very
nice
quick.
center.
Very quick, and that was
Shea, nice interception there defensively.
and Megan has got some great stick work.
You
It's a
should
great
see.
ball by Sydney.
Yeah.
See if we can, Lily Trimmer's right there, and she sent that ball out of bounds, which is a smart play by the Wreckers, but Darien's getting possession again, and quick on this take. And another smart play. I think we're going to see this if they get the ball. Just our motto is when in doubt, hit it out.
Kari, enlighten me. Why were those plays smart to hit the ball out of bounds?
So it wastes time. Now the defender, we've got to get the ball girl to get the ball to us, obviously. And you just stop the defense instead of sending the offensive opportunity coming in. So instead of sending it up the center where the goal is, you just send it wide out on the side. And any play has then got to come from the sideline. See if Tala can get her speed on here. It's a great play by Wreckers, player number 9. And Erica Blaze coming out to stop that ball and get it out.
We haven't talked about Erica Blaze much in this game, but she's really had a terrific season in goal, her first year as a starter for Darien.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier that in the last game, that we had to rebuild our defensive, and I'm sure, Lisa, you can attest to this, whenever you have to rebuild an entire...
defense.
Sometimes it's, you never know how it's going to go, and Erica's done a great job stepping up. Every goalie has a style. It's a great ball by Tala, but intercepted. So she's done a great job. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Sun could have been an issue on maybe that first goal. I can't say for sure, but it's Bridget Mahoney, see if she wins this foot race. But they're so fast. It's a really chippy battle here between both of these teams. It's a great ball sent down the sideline for Wreckers, and they may have an opportunity here to get circle entry again, and that was off Tala's stick. Fantastic play by Lindsay Wallach to get that ball down, and she's back. It's a great step up by Molly Hellman, and good touch by Lily Trimmer here.
Kari, we're going to say goodbye to you. Unfortunately, you have to leave us from our perch above Ginny Parker Field, but thank you so much for sticking with us for much of this broadcast. And a great save by Blaze.
Oh, coming out. Yeah, Morrow's on the ground.
Well, thanks for the opportunity, and I will be sending good vibes from down below.
We will see you in the postseason.
See you, Kari.
Thanks so much.
Oh, that's a corner.
And a corner opportunity for the Blue Wave. All right, Lisa, it's just you and me here with 6 minutes left. A big
Corner.
set play here for a set piece here for the Blue Wave. Corner opportunity. Kiki Tropsa, the inserter. There's Molly Hellman. And Staples takes possession.
Ellie Fair with the hit.
And you had said earlier.
Oh, that was a great ball. Wow. Through all the defense.
And again, precious seconds tick off the clock. You had said Fair is a terrific lacrosse player as well, right?
Yes, she is. Oh, there's about 5 athletes on their team that are also very strong lacrosse players. Johnson, Nigerian, Morrow. Morrow's the goalie for them. Christine Taylor.
We're under 5 minutes left. Damian Andrew, Lisa Lindley. We were, of course, joined by Kari Johns, the Darien JV field hockey coach, and that is why she had to leave us to get her players ready for the JV game, which will follow immediately after the varsity game. And darkness, as Kari said, darkness will become an issue. It is getting a little dark here at Ginny Parker Field.
Yeah.
Shea Vandenbroek to Schrenker. And here's Molly Hellman down in the corner.
Oh, that's a great defensive play right there by Staples. Oh, that's going to be going in off her foot.
Under 4 minutes left. Darien trailing Staples 2-1 here in Westport. Tala Garcia near sideline. Garcia showing off some of those stick skills.
Topped it. Nice tackle by Jay. Nice ball up the Hellman. A little too far off her stick.
Back to Darien. Kendall Wazinski, the aerial down into the corner. And nice pass up ahead into the Darien half of the field.
Oh, nice tackle by...
It just goes to show you how difficult this FCIAC is. I mean, arguably the best conference in the state in so many sports, Coach Lindley.
I would say it probably is the best league in the state for all sports, but most sports maybe, not all, but yes, for sure. A lot of good programs out here.
So the clock is stopped. And I don't know the reason for that. Coach Lindley?
Abby Nigerian had an injury, so I think they were trying to get a substitute in, but then she declined and is staying in the game.
Coach Tapsell employing his defense to step up.
Another crossing ball. That was a good save by the goalie.
Erica Blaze, senior goalie for Darien, with the save there. Under 2 minutes left here in the game. Darien trailing Staples 2-1.
That's corner.
And it's a corner opportunity for Staples. So this would be an opportunity, Coach Lindley, for the Wreckers to seal the deal.
Yeah, they're
one.
obviously taking time off the clock here.
In no hurry.
Yeah.
Less than a minute left now. Staples up 2-1. Corner opportunity for the Wreckers. Alexa Morrow, the inserter.
Oh, that's a great ball. Wow. Right on Abby's stick.
So time running out for Darien. 30 seconds left in the game, down 2-1. And as you said, Staples in no hurry. Ellie Fair, nice hit.
Uh-oh, this is trouble with Johnson.
Johnson, of course, accounting for both Staples games. And that will do it. A big win for the Staple Wreckers over Darien, 2-1, thanks to two Megan Johnson first half goals. Sydney Schrenker scored in the second half for Darien, but couldn't get the equalizer, and Darien suffers just its second loss of the season. A 2-1 defeat to the Staples Wreckers, but you certainly had to be impressed by the way Staples came out and played the former #1 ranked team in the state.
I think both teams played very well today, and as I said in the beginning of the broadcast, that losing this game, yes, it's disappointing. But if you're going to lose a game, this is the game you're losing. You want to lose versus the game in the FCIACs when it's eliminating. So I'm sure Mo will take this as a learning situation for them. They'll watch film, see what they could do a little better, and they'll regroup and come into the FCIACs ready to play. And I don't know, as a head coach, I would be disappointed, but again, I think I always liked going into the FCIACs with a loss against a league player because they always overlooked you,
right.
So
right.
I think this will be a different team when they come out in the FCIACs. So
yeah, 2 losses late in the season. Certainly had an easier schedule early on.
Right.
Just dominated the teams that they played. They've really finished. I mean, they finished the season where the strength of their schedule was tough. I mean, it was a tough part of the season. But like you said, going into the postseason, certainly something that they can take as motivation and build on.
Yes.
I mean, let's make no mistakes about it. This is still one of the best teams in the state.
Absolutely.
In Darien.
They'll come back too. And as Kari said, I don't think some players had their best games, and on another day when they're playing better, it's going to be a different outcome.
Well, Coach Lindley, As always, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks for having me, Damien.
Can't thank you enough for joining us on these DAF Media live streams. It's been a lot of fun. Always enjoy talking to you. For Jack Roberson, Lisa Lindley, I am Damien Andrew. This has been a production of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Once again, Staples beating Darien 2-1, the final from Ginny Parker Field. Have a great night, everybody.